Hi guys, quick video from upstairs in my bedroom away from the dogs. I was trying to find a way to escape the noise and the confusion that reigns downstairs so much of the time. Today, a couple of things that I just wanted to share with some of you. Number one, if you have not listened to this week's National Coach Call with Tommy Migrant and Mike Ryan. I just listened to it just now. I wasn't able to get on live the other day, and for whatever reason, it's taken me till now to listen to it, and it was an incredible call. And here's what a couple of things it did for me, which is what a lot of these calls do for me, is it reminds me of what I've forgotten. I knew it, but I got out of the habit of doing the right thing and doing it the way I should be doing it. Is that better? And basically the 2 points that really they made that I know and had kind of forgotten, or it had is lying dormant in the back of my mind. And one of them was, have a start date, have a sense of urgency when you're talking to people, so that when you go back to them, you can say, hey, you know what, this is starting on March 3rd. If you are ready to do it, whether it's coaching, whether it's challenge packs, whether it's whatever. I just want to get you set up now before, so you can take advantage of that if you can. And then the other part, and they called it disarming, which they had never heard that term or didn't understand that term, but I know what disarming is, and many of you probably do too. It's basically, you can take it or leave it. And I think this is a mistake that a lot of coaches make, and myself included, although not too much anymore. But when you act desperate, like you really have to have that sale, and you keep going back to that person over and over again, are you going to do it? 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 What you come across as is somebody who's desperate. Now this person feels like they're in the driver's seat because you need them. And everything about your posture and the way you're talking to them and the way you're talking to them tells them that if they don't sign up, it's the end of the world for you, which is not the truth. It isn't true for many, many reasons. First of all, you don't. If you're talking to enough people and you're helping enough people, you have to think of it that way, you guys. Then you're always going to have somebody that's ready. So the ones that aren't ready, you know what? Yeah, maybe it's a little disappointing. Maybe there's somebody that you really connected with that you knew would be great at it, but they're still saying no. It can be disappointing, but you do not need that person. And that's one of the things you really do have to remember. You don't need anybody. And they need to know that you don't, for two reasons. For one, you don't come across as desperate. Also, it takes the pressure off of them, which in turn takes the pressure off of you. Because if you're not attached to the yes or the no or the outcome, and it's not, you can go either way and it's fine no matter what happens, you don't feel pressured. You don't feel pressed for time. You don't feel this overriding need to get it accomplished, because it's not, it's fine either way. You're good. And they also get the message that you're not pressuring them. You're not in it just for the money. If you're there to help them, but if they don't want your help right then, you know what? It's okay. Just thank them and move on. I've had people on this team, and I don't know if they're watching this video, tell me that the reason that they don't do as much with their coaching anymore is because they don't want to make friends in order to sell things. And I'm appalled, frankly, at that attitude. If you've ever said that to yourself, get that out of your head right now. First of all, it's an excuse for why you're not running your business. It's not a real reason. Secondly, and what you're doing is you're using that as a rationalization for why you don't want to run your business, when the truth is you just don't want to run your business, and I'd rather you just said that. But that's a topic for another whole day. But the point is, if that truly is how you feel, then you need to stop and think, I'm doing this for the wrong reasons. I'm doing this for the sales. Are you? Or are you doing it because you genuinely know that you have a wonderful product that you know has helped you, that you've seen, know firsthand helps thousands and thousands, maybe millions of people? I don't know what the numbers are. You're not selling a piece of crap. You're not selling a piece of a bill of goods. You're not some snake oil salesman sitting on the side of a dirt road in the middle of the country. You are selling a product that can change people's lives, that can reduce their blood pressure, that can reduce their cholesterol, that can give them back their lives, that can make them physical and mobile again so that they can enjoy their families and their kids and their grandkids. If that is making friends to sell something to somebody, then I will eat my frickin' hat. That's about as stupidest thing I've ever heard. What you're doing is you're helping people. And not everybody's going to want your help. They're either going to be leery of you, they're going to be afraid to step up. They don't, those money excuses are often really, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know if it's really real. I don't know if it's a scam. I don't know if I can do it. It's money is just the first thing people say because it's the easiest thing to say, and they know that when somebody says I can't afford it, the other person's going to go, "Oh, say no more." The truth is, it's usually not money. Sometimes it may actually be a legitimate concern, but even there, when it is a legitimate concern, when somebody wants something bad enough, they make it happen. And you know that, and I know that. So, several things to take away. First, listen to that call if you haven't already. It was an awesome call. It will really help you when you're talking to people. It will take the pressure off of you. Learn to disconnect from the outcome a little bit. It's not a big deal. They either want to do it or they don't. And they do a little bit of role playing in that call, which was really valuable too. So, like if you go back and you're telling somebody, hey, maybe you've talked to them, you've got them to the point where they may be interested, but they haven't really committed. And you're just going to follow up with them and say, hey, you know what? I just want to check in with you today because this group is going to start on X date. Let's just say March 3rd. This group is going to start on March 3rd. And I need to, if you are interested, I'd like to get you enrolled and set up now so you have everything you need in place in time to start. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait. If you do still want to do it, you can just wait till the next one. There, the pressure's off. Now and it's off of you too, because you're not pushing yourself on them. You're simply saying, if you want to do it and you want to take advantage of it now, we got to get you set up. They can come back to you and say, you know what, I don't think I'm going to do it now. Maybe I'll do next one. You go, that's fine. That's great. I can come back around another time. That's perfectly fine. I just didn't want to miss you just in case. And go. You don't care. It doesn't matter. It's okay. But they might say, and they will say, if they really are interested, and you've put a deadline on it now, if they're thinking to themselves, and you've probably been on the opposite end of this, they're thinking to themselves, well, I really do need to get in shape. I really need to do this. Do I really want to wait another whole month? You know what? That's a long time. Man, I need to summer's coming. You know what? Yeah, I'll do it now. I will do it now. What do I need to do? That's what can happen. But if you don't, put a date and take the pressure off, telling them, yay or nay, it's fine with me. I don't really care. It's up to you what you want to do. I'm good either way. How can that be making friends? How can that be for high pressure sales? I'm telling you right now, high pressure salespeople fail in a business like this. They fall flat on their faces because people don't want to be pressured. I'm going to give you a little bit of an example, and then I'm going to get off of here. My daughter, some of you know, is getting married next year. So we've been visiting some vendors. And we went out on this week and we talked to a photographer in Lincoln that we love his pictures. And we'd already kind of decided this is the guy we want. He's close to $3,000 for the package that he wanted. We went in and sat down with him, and we were waiting for him. We all talked about it afterwards, for him to sell himself a little bit, to tell us a little bit about it. We all came away going, maybe he's a little shy. He kind of just sat there like, here's the contract. His pictures were up on the wall. He was very laid back, very friendly. Linda Troop, you'll love this. He had the same kind of dog that you have and was running all around and sitting with us. He did not pressure. He was, we kind of had to pull it out of him. And we're signing with him. We're sending the contract to him today because we've already decided he has something that we want, something that's of value, something that we think is great. We loved his pictures. He didn't really have to sell himself to us, but the message that came across with us is he was kind of laid back, sign with me or not. He didn't use those words, but that was the posture he took. And we're signing with him because we like him and we want what he has. I couldn't give a flying leap if a monkey was selling it. And that's what you guys have got to realize. You have a product that is worth every penny that people are being asked to pay for it. It is a bargain basement deal for what they get from it if they commit to it. And you guys know that. So if you're afraid to feel like a salesperson, then don't. Just say, I'm good either way. How is that salesy? The minute you use those words and say, I can go either way, I just want to make sure I don't miss you in case you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, I'm fine. That's perfectly fine. I'm really okay. Then you've just taken all of those salesy, quote unquote, excuses, and you're both on their side and yours completely off the table because they don't apply anymore. And you're actually going to get people because people that, and when I say get people, I don't even like to use that terminology, but you're actually going to find people that are going to say, I'm watching you're doing. I'm seeing other people out there who are succeeding doing what you're doing. I'm seeing people losing weight. I'm seeing people feeling better. They don't care if you're selling it. That's not what's important. You just need to let them know that this is a product of value. It can help you if you want to use it. If you don't, the disappointment should come because you know you've just lost somebody who is going to go another month or more struggling and feeling like crap because they're not doing anything. That's where the disappointment should come, not because you lost the sale. The sale is secondary, and the helping people is first. And when you do that and you take that attitude, you will feel better. So those were just a few things I wanted to point up today. Again, these trainings, these calls, I have been a coach for 4 years, and I listened to a call like this morning, and I'm fired up again because I forgot. I've gotten away from using deadlines. I know better, but I've fallen into some bad habits. I've not postured myself quite as comfortably as they did in the calls and the way they talked about it. And I realized I can take a lot of that pressure that has been eating at me off the table by simply taking that attitude. And again, if I hadn't listened to that call, I wouldn't feel that way right now. So please listen to these calls. Listen to that one if you haven't already. It's a great call. This is where you get your training, guys, not just from me. I mean, I can only do so much. I'm only one little coach in the overall network. And I'm good at some things and I stink at others. And I admit that. And that's true of everybody, no matter where they stand. So go out and get those training calls. Get the training anywhere you can find it. And they all both actually opened up their pages, said they were posting some calls that you had access to on their pages. These people are very open and giving. Take advantage of it. Learn everything you can and kill it out there because you really can. So that's my message for today.